of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello to all of our viewers and listeners out there. You are watching INCRadio Sacramento.
Whenever we need him, he's always there. There's no one else who does what he can do. Each time we seek him, oh, he always cares. Don't ever fear, he's just a prayer away.
Hello, everybody, viewers, watchers, listeners, everyone. Hello, and welcome to INCRadio Sacramento. I am your host, Madeline, and we have someone very familiar with us today, Atakare. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I am Carolyn here from Sacramento. Hello, Madeline.
Hello. We are not too far from each other. We're Elk Grove and Roseville. You know, it's not too far, but our weather is probably very similar. It's a little bit of cloud. It's going to get 72-ish, 75-ish degrees Fahrenheit today. So it's a very pleasant day to talk about our topic today, which is snacks. So, Kuya Tech, we are ready to go in grid view because Atakara and I are going to have this awesome conversation about how we are enjoying our snacks. So, first, we do want to give the opportunity for everyone to share their warm greetings. We love to hear from all of you around the world, different districts within our own district. So at the care, has anyone greeted us or each other yet?
Oh, yes. Of course. We have our Ivy Giselle Antonio here in Sacramento. She's saying happy greetings here from Sacramento, as well as Elenita Kanowski. She is also saying hello. And I think everybody else is just tuning in. So we're going to give them a few more minutes to tune in and say hello to us.
Sounds awesome. So we know that there are tons of questions around healthy eating. Atakare, do you have any general overall questions about, especially being a mom with your kids, I have a couple questions here that were basic questions. What should I eat? How should I eat? Or how much should I eat? When should I eat? How often should I eat before this or after that? And all these really specific questions. Should I fast? Should I snack? What should I feed my kids? Do you have any thoughts around these questions, or maybe your own questions that you've had?
Yes, I do. Actually, I want to know, or, I'm sure the viewers out there want to know, as moms, as the older moms out there, what is a great balanced diet as opposed to having a balanced diet for our young kids as opposed for us? Because I know that the taste palette would be a little bit different, right? Because I think with us, we love vegetables and we love having soup, but kids are a little bit different. How would you suggest that, and how would we prepare that for our daily meals?
Oh, that's a big question, but you know what? It's very, very answerable because so the big thing I want to share first at the care is that not everyone is going to have the same experience, right? Not all the kids like and dislike the same things, and not all kids experience their meat aversion, their veggie aversion, their rice only with ketchup, type of meal. So, or at the same times of their lives. So, we're focusing on snacks today, but that's a huge and important question. And so any moms, even dads, older siblings who are out there listening, we're going to talk about snacks and how to help all of us get more of a balanced meal using our snacks. So if our kiddo, for example, at the care, if our kiddo is not liking vegetables in, our meal that we cooked, and we spent all afternoon cooking it, and they're not wanting to eat it, then maybe there's opportunity for, a healthy snack to kind of cover what they were missing in that meal. And it doesn't have to come in vegetable form all the time. So there's reasons why when you put snacks together, they kind of work together to give us a more opportunity to absorb a balanced meal. So we can talk about that a little bit today. But in terms of, you know, people liking different things, honestly, eat what your kids eat and let your kids eat what you eat. You know what I mean? And I know it's going to be kind of hard because maybe they don't want the chicken and liver, right? The chicken liver and onions, there you go, like that kind of thing or whatever it is. But then that's where we also prepare something that we know they enjoy. So it's okay that we have to have, a chicken nugget from a big store that we buy frozen chicken nuggets from, and they only want the chicken nuggets with something, and they're not eating any other protein. Why not? And have that part of your meal on your table. The more they see you as a parent eating, and this includes healthy snacks as well, the more they're likely to eat it themselves. They're really, really watching parents. They're really watching what they grow up seeing. And even when they go to school and they do see these things, the biggest influence is going to be what happens at home. So one of the big things that I like to share is how we snack as adults, what we reach for snacks, what we're doing when we're snacking. All of those habits are going to be exemplified by us, and our kids are going to do the same. So it's a tough time when kids love their veggies at first. They love their carrot puree and they love the mashed up carrots, and suddenly they're 4 and they just don't want carrots ever, and it's so odd, but that's just very normal. And the more we expose them to different things, the more likely they're going to come back to eating those things. And I will say one more thing. It takes 30 exposures for a child to consider putting something new to their mouth. So don't give up, parents. Don't give up. It's gonna happen.
Wow. I like that. I like that you gave that advice, that it does take 30 exposures, right? That you said for the little ones, or even maybe, right, some young adults, maybe it does the same thing, right? With that, I like to say that we do leave, there's some foods that or snacks that some of the boys don't eat because they're just picky that way. But when you leave it on the counter, or you leave it there, or you consistently buy it because it's a good healthy snack, eventually they get curious. Eventually, like you said, they do watch us and they say, well, mom always eats that. I wonder how that really does taste like. Let me just give it a try. And lo and behold, they end up finding out that they like this kind of snack. So that's actually a good advice, to just keep trying, right? With the parents out there, keep trying. Don't give up with the healthy snacks. Right?
Absolutely. Don't give up. You're not alone, and it will happen. And if a kid, especially when they're older, when they really decide they don't like something, there's no need to push. It's really just, there's tons of options out there. And so your kiddos, if they're teenagers, so, they can find something that they like. But as kids, taste buds are changing constantly. And so they liked a taste before, and then they don't like it now. And then as parents, we're concerned about, what we're going to feed our kids. So healthy snack pairings is our topic today. We will talk about how to have a healthy snack, what snacks can be joined together to benefit even more, either us or our children. That's going to be our topic today. So I wanted to throw in the live chat, if there is, please answer this question for us. If anyone wants to respond, you can go to the YouTube chat box down below and you can write, what's your favorite snack pairing? 2 things, even 3 things you like to eat together. Feel free to throw it in the chat. And while we're kind of waiting for those answers, Atikar, do you have a favorite snack pairing for yourself?
For me, anything with peanut butter. So that could be pretzels and peanut butter. That could even be a fruit, like apple and peanut butter. I just feel like peanut butter is filling. And if I just need a snack to fill before the next meal, it's perfect for me. So that's what I do. Anything with peanut butter, especially when it's chocolate.
said you got close to the camera, guys, especially if it's chocolate.
Chocolate and peanut butter is so good. If you haven't tried it, not all the time, right? Not all the time, but once in a while to have that peanut butter and chocolate. Oh, it's so
I
delightful.
love that combo. I love that combo. I just found a cookie recipe that has it's chocolate and it's a chocolate peanut butter cookie with a peanut butter cream sauce inside, like inside the cookie, and has chocolate chips in it.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that. Okay.
It's making
And
me
then
hungry.
I know. Okay, so we'll come back to the peanut butter thing and the peanut butter with a pairing because I really want to come back to that. That's a great start. I'm curious if anyone in the chat wants to share the greetings, but also have a favorite snack pairing we can talk about.
Yes, we do have a Milby out there. She's from Central Valley, California.
I know.
She's also loving peanut butter with apples and celery. Now, I remember that when we were young, it was always peanut butter and celery, right? That was the healthy snack. But like you said,
The
you can move
raisins.
on. No,
Oh,
I didn't
ants
do
on a
the
log.
raisins. I'm still not a raisin. Yeah.
We have. Do you want to explain what ants on a log is for some of the viewers who may not know?
Sure. So you get a stick of celery, right? And you smear the peanut butter on top and you add the raisins on top, and it looks like ants on a log, right?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So I never was a big raisin person. It's just the texture. I'm a big texture person. So I wouldn't minus that. And now even celery is hard to take in because the palate has changed, right?
Yeah.
So now it is, like I said, there's apples and there's pretzels and there's just anything, almost anything with peanut butter. It's good. Melody also says strawberry dipped chocolate.
Ooh.
That's a
Yes,
good snack.
please.
I love that. No
Yum.
no guilt, right? Because you have the
No
fruit,
guilt.
but chocolate is good, right? Dark chocolate is good.
Mhm.
So that would be good. Joyce
Mhm.
Rufino is out there. She says cheese and crackers.
Love
I can do
it.
that. I
Cheese and
love that. Yeah,
So
cheese and
good.
crackers. And we have Kafibi. She says sweet potatoes are so good baked or fried. You know, that's funny because we boil our sweet potatoes
Mhm.
and the boys just take it out of the pan and they eat it all with the skin and everything. Me, I peel the skin and we eat that as a snack. And, once in a while we'll dip it in sugar, but potatoes are good, right? Sweet potatoes are good.
Sweet potatoes are fantastic. Sweet
Oh,
potatoes are a
nice.
vitamin A and C food with fiber, and it's considered a complex carb, which means that it doesn't necessarily shoot our blood sugars up too high too fast. If we have a diagnosis of diabetes, we still want to be a little cautious of the amount. But yeah, sweet potatoes are a great option.
Well, I have a question with that.
Sure.
Is there too much of a good snack? To have too much of a good snack, a healthy snack?
I will say yes.
Oh.
Okay, so for those of us who don't know, I am a registered dietitian, and I don't usually pull that card when I'm hosting for INCRadio Sacramento, but that is my background. And so I will be on other shows as, on their panel. Shout out to other satellites when they do want to talk about food, and I'm their expert person on the panel. But I am a registered dietitian, and I will say too much, just like last month or 2 weeks ago, we talked about too much of something is not a good thing, just like a healthy food. Too much of a healthy food is not a good thing because it displaces other things that create nutritional balance. So for example, we all can agree that give me a healthy food out there, very obvious, very super obvious healthy food. Just one.
Broccoli.
Perfect. If all we ate was broccoli, we would be missing protein. We would be getting too much fiber, and we would probably get a little green. We might turn a little green depending on how much you're actually eating. So everything comes in balance. Everything fits in this kind of puzzle. So this is why it's important to have a dietitian or a nutritionist in your care team So we're kind of veering off, but it's important because they're the ones who are actually medically trained in nutrition to help us find out our own balance based on our health goals. So there's lots of factors, and we don't have to talk about that right now. But when we eat too much of something, we are displacing the chance for the other healthy food items that we need. So we're not getting, if you think about your whole day of all your food being a multivitamin and a multi-mineral, we're missing some of the vitamins or minerals, or we're low on some stuff because we ate too much of one thing. And we typically see that when we're eating unhealthy stuff, like highly processed, low nutrition, high calorie foods. So when we eat more of those, we're displacing, right, some of the healthy stuff. But this can also happen if we're eating too much of something. Is it easy to eat too much broccoli? No. So if you're enjoying broccoli and you have it like every day for a month, you're probably fine. But just theoretically, yes, there should be a balance.
Okay. Well, another question here.
Okay.
Okay, so we have say you have little kids, and like you said, sometimes they are some, I know, kids live off of snacks. Like, right? Okay. So what is the best way to feed them, well, good snacks, plus maybe little by little add a little bit of a meal or a protein or just something to just veer off the snack meals? How do you do that? And what's a good snack?
So, okay. So going back to, if you have little children, and we have some adult children who do this too. They're adults, they're completely, independent, but they just tend to want to snack on little things more than meals. There's really no rules. Everyone comes to me and they're worried about things, but at the end of the day, the current research shows us if you're getting it in, you're getting whatever you're putting in, right? And so if it comes in snack form, that's fine, especially when children are a little bit more particular about how much they want to eat, that they can't sit at the table long enough to really focus on their plates. Encourage them to sit while you're eating, and encourage them, there's a time and a place. But if they're, think about it this way, if they cannot sit through a meal and they're not eating the chicken on the plate and they're only picking at the rice and they're dipping it in the ketchup and that's all they're eating, why wouldn't a parent find it beneficial that if they're reaching for a snack, that they're actually taking that in too? The body's not timed in a way where it doesn't count just because it's not mealtime, right? So snacks can be an asset to you, parents. And getting in, finding that item that they like. My little nephew likes bacon, and he used to love everything, and he now likes we get a turkey bacon, like a non-preservative, fresh made, turkey bacon product. And that's like the meat he'll eat. So my sister is saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that he's eating some meat." And when he wants to reach for the bacon after breakfast, maybe an hour later, why not? And that's what I would encourage her. So peanut butter is a fantastic option for protein. All the nut butters are fantastic. So if kiddo likes wheat bread, hopefully a wheat option, even if it's super plain, just a wheat bread with some peanut butter on it, they're getting the protein. Eggs. If your kiddo likes tofu, if you eat tofu and they've had tofu and you can really infuse that flavor in the tofu, they can like the tofu. Milk, cheese, those little kitty cheese sticks, mozzarella sticks, or the little circles. Cheese is an option for protein. So it doesn't have to be, especially when they're getting particular, there's absolutely ways to fit it in as snacks.
Okay, another question.
Okay, that's okay, but then we're going to have to play a game.
Oh, sorry. One more question. I know that we try to say that we try to do 3 meals a day, right? And you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? How many times should now I'm going to focus to adults because
okay, yes.
How many times should an adult snack throughout the day? I know I'm a big snacker. I'm a big grazer
Mhm.
and have the small meals, but I just
Yeah,
throughout the day, I'm always just eating. But is that okay to snack throughout the day?
it's absolutely okay. It's absolutely okay. You know,
Okay.
yeah, all of it. So again, it's balance. So if we're having huge meals and huge snacks like all the time, then I would have you check your, check your stomach, go to the doctor, check your stomach. But if we're, if we're kind of, we're having a meal that's a pretty, moderate size and we're feeling satiated, but then a couple hours later, we're actually hungry, why not grab a snack? My snacks end up being small meals. I'll get rice with my, main dish, and it'll be like a meat and veggie or a noodle mix. Yeah, that will end up being actually my snack. I snack with little meals, like little meal portions, but that's just kind of what it is. But if we're snacking and we're not physiologically hungry, we're bored, it's out of habit that after I do this task, I eat.
Yeah.
I'm feeling stressed. This is a coping mechanism. Or, oh, everyone's eating, so I'm going to eat. Right? If we are not physiologically hungry, then maybe it's time to try to check in. If you're reaching for something, is this out of habit? Is this because I'm bored? Is this because I'm thirsty? The thirst and the hunger in the brain are very close together. So sometimes we just need something to drink. But these are some things that we can think about as we move forward as adults, checking in with ourselves and checking if we're actually hungry. Our bodies will tell us when we're low in nutrition.
Okay. I feel
Yeah,
like I was all of the above, but yes, there's some comments out here that
perfect. Let's go
I
for
just
it.
want to throw it out there.
Okay.
Is we have I said we had Atimelvi. She loves the kimchi cucumber, which
Oh,
is lots of veggies there, right? The kimchi
mhm.
cucumber, and we also have Jonah Grace out there from Edmonton, Canada. She is saying hello there. She's also saying peanut butter sandwich and black coffee for breakfast is good, and then they had rice and pork chops. So having that meal 3 times a day at least, right? Or maybe they even say 4 or 5 times a day a meal and then snack in between is okay, right? It's okay. We also have Kate out there
Mhm.
saying, she's saying hello, and we have Noel Kenchico
Mhm.
from Lathrop, right?
Mhm.
And then we have Leo Kalanglang who loves broccoli salad for dinner, and we have Liz out there. Hi, Liz, and let's see, Cheryl Rose is out there saying hello,
Mhm.
and Cheyenne Byrne from Fairfield. So
Mhm.
all our fair friends are out there as well, and Leandra Del Mundo is uh, is out there also. So they're all
Fantastic.
agreeing. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're all agreeing that this is great. We have Kalela Artista
Mhm.
out there. Shout out to Kalela. Snacks, right? Snacks out there is beautiful. I mean, you can have snacks all the time throughout the day, and
Mhm.
as you say, as a professional speaking, snacks is okay, right? Snacks is okay.
That's totally okay. So if we are, let's kind of talk about the pairings that some of our viewers typed into the chat. So, what was the first one? It was I remember cheese and crackers. Somebody mentioned cheese and crackers.
Yes.
Crackers would be a grain product, and cheese would be a dairy and a protein product. So you're getting 3 food categories in one.
Wow. We
Yeah.
also have avocado toast.
Perfect. So we have avocado, which is a fruit. Everybody, avocado is a fruit. It is a healthy fat. It is a healthy fat. So if we're doing avocado so that's your healthy fat option with vitamins and minerals, and that because it's a plant. And then we have the toast, which hopefully is more of a grain. Sometimes toasts have seeds in them or extra grain chunks or
Mm.
nuts that you'll see in there. You're getting all of those food groups in a little snack.
Wow, wow. And you said peanut butter is a very, very good snack.
Peanut butter is also a protein food source, but also a healthy fat. So healthy fats are your oils that are going to be good for the heart versus the unhealthy fats. But there's healthy fat in all nuts for the most part. Peanuts are one of them. Walnuts would probably be the number one. But peanut butter with the grain, they go together very well, like the bread. Peanut butter, like your pretzels, there's some grain in there. It's made with grain. I don't know if there's a lot of grain, but it's in there. Yeah, peanut butter with jelly. You get your fruit, you get your healthy fat, you get your protein. You get some fiber. Well, probably no fiber in the jam, but and so you get it. Even Melvi, hi Melvi, even Melvi's chocolate covered strawberries. If it's a dark chocolate, there's more nutrition in dark chocolate than milk, but you're getting strawberries with some fiber and some vitamin C and vitamin A. It all counts. It all counts. So make your snacks count, everybody.
Yeah, pair your snacks, right? I love that. I mean, there's just so many ways that you can, but would it be too much to have too much of the good fat? I love avocado.
Yes,
So if I have avocado shake and avocado toast and avocado in one day.
So I know we're kind of winding down toward the ends of our show already. And so I just wanted to, yes, there is same thing with balance. Too much of anything is going to have adverse. It may not just be displacing other foods for opportunities for nutrition, but sometimes it is just too much in what it is. So fats is going to be one of those things, those oils and those fat foods. Even if it's a healthy food, it can still be too much for the heart to handle. So we want to be careful. And
there's one question here, though. There's one more question here from a viewer, and you would probably be able to answer this perfectly. So they're asking, is it true that if we freeze bread and toast it later, there's less fat when eaten? I'm curious on this one.
I wonder, who is this? Who is this?
This is Auntie Jonah there in Canada.
Auntie Jonah. Hi, Auntie Jonah. Thanks for the question. I don't know. I'm thinking of all of my background knowledge to kind of help me answer this question, because I don't think there's an actual true clinical studies about freezing and retoasting breads. So I would likely say that's probably not true, that the food item and all of its ingredients are frozen and then re-toasted. I don't know if that changes fat content. I don't think it affects, at least significantly, fat content in bread.
Because otherwise we would probably freeze everything and then retoast it, so it'd be less fat, right?
Well, thank you for the question, Dr. Jonah, and everyone who joined our show today. We are already at the end. That went so fast. We'll probably play our game next time, but we thank you so much for joining us. Before we end, we want to end with giving our special thank you to those who make this broadcast possible. Our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our CEBSI President and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Aranio V. Manalo, our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, and our district staff of Northeast California, and our amazing INC radio crew, and all of the viewers and listeners watching, chatting with us, and contributing to the show. We thank you so much for being here today. Tune in next Saturday at 11 p.m. Pacific time for more conversations. We will see you there. Get ready, get set, get on INC Radio Sacramento.
Bye-bye.